Today I have Kyle with Kuykendall Hearing, but it's a long name. Help me with that.
Kuykendall Hearing Aid Center and Diagnostic Audiology.
Okay, that sounds like a lot.
It is.
Yes, and I'm afraid by the time we're done with this, I'm going to end up with hearing aids or new hearing aids, but we'll see where this goes. Okay, so I know this is a family business. You've been in the business for like your life.
Yeah.
So where are you from and how did all this start?
Well, I grew up in Enid. I'm from Enid. Kind of quick, short story of the history is my great uncle, my great granddad did hearing aids in Missouri in the 1960s. Knew the man selling the hearing aid business in Enid, Oklahoma. Told my granddad, you need to go buy that Beltone business in Enid, Oklahoma. 1974, granddad buys the business. 1984, my dad comes in. A few years later, my uncle comes in. 2000, my dad bought the business from his dad. 2012, I graduate from college and come to work for my dad.
There you go.
So 52 years later, here we are.
Wow. Okay. And has this been your only job? Have you never worked anywhere else?
Not after college.
Well, sure.
No. Yeah, it's the only job. I graduated on Saturday and went to shadowing my dad on Monday.
Holy mackerel.
That's what I wanted to do.
You know, we used to do their TV commercials, like probably when you were in diapers maybe, but it was a long time ago.
We should do another one.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were still over on Broadway, and I can't even remember how long ago that was, but it was a cable TV commercial.
Yeah, I remember that. We were in about 3 different spots on that Broadway block over the years, and then been where we're at now for almost 20 years.
Wow. Oh, I didn't realize it was that long. Okay. Very cool. So I want to talk a little bit about hearing loss because I'm that guy, and I want you to go in depth on what's the difference between like the iPhone earbuds and these things you can get on Amazon and all that kind of deal as opposed to a true prescription hearing aid.
Well, first you kind of said hearing loss. I'll talk a little bit about hearing loss first. Hearing loss can be caused by many different things. Did you listen to loud music? That can cause hearing loss. Did we drive a lot of tractors?
I drove race cars.
Race cars, tractors, loud exposure. People don't realize it doesn't take that much that will cause a hearing loss.
Right.
And when we get that hearing loss, it can be sometimes a sudden hearing loss. We have a stroke, something that we have no control over and we lose our hearing. Or genetics can play a factor in hearing loss. Or if we've been through a very strong treatment for radiation, chemotherapy, those type of drugs can cause a hearing loss. So there's all kinds of things that can cause a hearing loss. So kind of lead into your second question, because every hearing loss is different, you need a prescriptive device. Not even every ear is the same. In your case, your left ear is not going to be the same as your right ear.
Right.
So something that you're going to get some help with over the counter from Amazon, or the Apple AirPods that now have a hearing capability with a somewhat hearing test feature through the phone. It's not a diagnostic prescription that we take, we put in a formula in a computer and set your hearing to your prescription.
But you also have an in-house audiologist.
Correct.
So you do a real...
The first step is hearing aids what you need, or do you need to see a doctor?
Yeah.
You know, so the first step in us doing a diagnostic evaluation is come see Cindy, our audiologist, who's been doing it in Enid for 30 years. Let's find out, are you having vertigo issues? Do you need to go see a physical therapy? Do you need to go see a neurologist? Do you need to go see an ENT for an issue? Or, no, you just have driven tractors for 40 years and you need hearing aids. So that's the first step. Our goal is to help you, but that can mean help you hear, but that also might be help guide you to what you need.
Right.
And you can't find that out through an app on a phone. You have to be with someone. And so our audiologist, that's the first step. Then if you have a hearing test, then we can program hearing aids.
Now you've got a baseline. You know where to go.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I guess the part that I wanted to let people know, because people ask me all the time, especially I'm not wearing my hearing aids now because they're old and broken, so we're probably going to have a visit here. But the people don't understand that a hearing aid doesn't just make everything louder. And the problem with hearing loss is everybody loses part of that band of that spectrum. You know, you maybe lost the high end, high notes or bass. In my case, I can hear a helicopter from 100 miles away. The bass, I've got too much bass, but I have no treble.
That's probably the most common hearing loss you see with noise exposure, and that's where the prescriptive device really, not to interrupt you, but that's where the prescriptive device comes in. Is it's not just a generic volume up, volume down amplifier. We test 10 to 12, 16 frequencies, and we have 10, 12, 16, 24 frequencies on a hearing aid that we specifically adjust based off of what the hearing test tells us you need.
Right.
So you get the treble, not the bass.
Yep. And then you can fine tune that even. Because I remember when you were doing me, I could tell you I need, you know, less bass, more treble, and then you also have sound isolating stuff in nowadays where you can
now
take out some of the background.
Correct. And now with the technology, someone that is tech savvy enough, they can go on their app and adjust the bass and the treble and the mids. Not as in depth as we can do in our software. We can really pinpoint what they need. But yes, as AI has come into play, that has brought in automatic adjustments for background noise. That's the biggest complaint with hearing aids is background noise.
Well, you don't want everything louder. You're in a restaurant and you're talking to somebody, but the hearing aid makes the whole room louder. I want to focus on what what you're saying.
And that's become more automated with AI in apps. Hit a button, tell the AI what you want it to do, and it takes over.
You know, I have a set of high-end Bose sound isolating headphones, and that removes the world. And I don't know if the hearing aids are that powerful, but
no, partially. It can't be because your ear's not plugged.
Sure.
You know, those cover your ear, so that's blocking the sound. So they don't cancel as much as that out, but they will compress the noise for you and make it not so unbearable and protect your hearing.
Certainly.
Yeah, but they don't completely go off like something that's covering your ear.
So there's several different types of form hearing aids. There's the over the ears like I had, and then in ears, but not just the form, they do a lot of stuff now. You were telling me with the new Bluetooth system, RCast. Tell us a little bit about what all that is.
So there's multiple different styles of hearing aids, kind of what you were talking about. And that's another reason why hearing aids are not a one-size-fits-all. It's another plug to not get over-the-counter hearing aids and go see someone is we do a test. We find out what fits your need. We look at your ear. We get a video otoscope. We look to find out what's the size of your ear canal. And then determining the size of your ear, the scope of your hearing loss, what fits your lifestyle too. Maybe you would be a good candidate for over-the-ear hearing aids, but maybe you're a welder and you're wearing a hood all the time. We need something that's in your ear because your ear big enough to fit that. So there's a lot of avenues that you want to look at, but it's not just because you wore over-the-ear doesn't mean he's going to need over-the-ear. Every loss is different.
Right.
But so that's to answer that. But then on the RCast, that's been
That sounds like that has changed everything.
Changed the game. It's basically a new Bluetooth platform. For people that don't know what RCast is universal Bluetooth.
Okay.
So if we've got a new TV or we're in an auditorium, it's going to allow our hearing aids to connect automatically to that TV right into our hearing aids, whether we're 5 feet from it or 50 feet from it.
Wow.
It's right in our hearing aids. And it's all controlled through an app.
See, now I'm wearing my Bose headphones that are Bluetooth to my TV with an adapter and a cable and all this kind of stuff, and it's still not there. I'm still asking my wife. I take the headphones off. What does she say? And then put them back on.
You know, and that's the nice thing about the hearing aids Bose have a great quality sound. But again, when we stream your hearing aids from the TV through your hearing aids, it's coming in at the frequencies you need.
Yes.
So as you need more treble, the streaming is coming in at that treble so you can understand. Did they say the word first or burst?
Yeah.
Or thirst?
Yep.
You missed the consonants.
And sometimes it's worse than that, because in my case, I especially females, males aren't quite so bad, but I just hear mush. You know, I can't, even reading their lips, which I've gotten very good at, you can't comprehend what they're talking about. And a lot of people don't realize this, that I noticed it because I'm a techie and I'm in television, that broadcast television, like channels 4, 5, and 9, are giving you the full audio spectrum, okay? Netflix and all the streaming are giving you about half because of bandwidth. There's not enough bandwidth to push high definition video and the high definition audio down that little internet tube. So it's worse.
I get a lot of patients that like Hallmark movies.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I deal with an older people sometimes, and they're like, I love Hallmark. I just can't hear it. It doesn't sound near as good as the big station.
You listen to, you know, the weather guy on, you know, Channel 9, you can hear him just fine, but you put on Hallmark and you can't hear him, and that's why.
From the next building over.
Yeah, it's the next, it's the, it's what they're feeding you is not up to old broadcast standards anymore.
So that's where, again, not all TVs have the RCast broadcast yet. That's really come on in the last year or two. But about every TV probably going forward will have that.
So something to look for if you're going to buy a new TV.
It's something to look for. It's like if it has that, our last 2 hearing aids, latest products, we've had it. It was in hearing aids before it was even in all the TV manufacturers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So here's another thing I get a lot, because I experienced it. Before I called you, I got the hearing bar that's supposed to remove the background sound and amplify the voices. In fact, someone just the other day asked me about that. So I can't hear the TV. I'm going to go to Walmart and get one of those sound bars that says it does that. I said, save your money. And I said, you probably need hearing aids. Oh, I don't need hearing aids. Well, let me explain how this works. And it's that spectrum thing again. And although those sound bars remove a little bit of the background, especially music, where I'm a video editor, so I get it. And the people that edit the movies, they want this big dynamic sound because they're in this beautiful sound isolated room, and they probably have good hearing to begin with. And they mix it. They mix it too hard. The vocals need to be above the music and background sounds, and they're not. They're right in between them. And so prescription hearing aids fixes a lot of that.
And the sound bars, I mean, I've recommended it for patients, maybe once even if they have hearing aids, just because the sound quality from a sound bar is better than the little bitty speakers in the back. But volume's going to sound better. We don't get hearing aids for volume. We get hearing aids to understand. So I'll still recommend, go to Walmart. You don't need an expensive one. It's just going to have a better quality sound.
Got a little better bass.
A little better bass than just the little speakers in the TV. But you still need the hearing aids to understand what the voices are saying. But that's just going to give you
100%. I've experienced it. So, all right. When we come back, we're going to talk about your sister.
Okay,
in a good way. All right. Stay tuned.
Every word is a step. Every balance is a step. Every cut is a step. Every helping hand is a step.
At Gonzalez Therapy, every little step today is a big step for their tomorrow. The future starts here with Gonzalez Therapy.
And we're back. I understand you have a sister that's now joining the Kuykendall Club.
joining the business. You know, my dad is recently sold me the business, and I took over.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I guess I took over third generation owner.
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting to all still get along, I guess we should say. No, we all get along great. But my uncle has worked with my dad, and as they both transition out and getting closer to retirement, I needed some help. I can't do it all. You'd love to grow and you'd love to get more. And if you can keep it in the family, it was my number one goal. So I approached my sister, and she's taken a career change. She's coming from being a physical therapy assistant for the last 14 years to come into the hearing aid business. Now, she will get, actually as of next month, she'll be fully licensed to do everything that my dad, myself have done.
You know, that's something I didn't think about. You guys have to be licensed because this is a prescription thing.
So she has two different days she's got to take testing. There's a practicum part, which is hands-on, making sure you know how to make a mold of someone's ear correctly. Make sure you know how to troubleshoot hearing aids that give you scenarios that a patient might walk in. You got to make sure you can do a hearing test correctly. Make sure you know how to prescribe the right device based off of the hearing test. So that's the practicum part, and then there's a long written test that no one enjoys taking. But you got to know the ins and outs of the ear. What can cause this? What can cause that? So she's been studying a lot and shadowing me a lot, and I think she'll be fine, but she'll take her test here in the next month. So as we get her fully licensed, her goal is to help people with their hearing needs, but we can use some of her physical therapy background along with our audiologist to help patients with that vertigo, which is the balance, the dizziness. If they come in and the room is spinning.
That is bad stuff. I've experienced it. And
not everybody can you help through the physical therapy audiology aspect of it, but there are some instances where through our audiologist training and then more the fit therapy training with my sister, they can work together and do some maneuvers to get the crystals back in line and stop the room from spinning.
Sure.
So just another way that we can help people. You know, that's my goal, is to help people.
So it's more of a whole head kind of a thing rather than just the ears.
You know, like I don't know if we said it a little bit earlier or not, but I want people, if they are having an issue with the ear, to think of us, think of Kuykendall. And that doesn't mean we just want to sell you a hearing aid. That means we want to find out what's wrong. Do you need a ear, nose, and throat doctor or a neurologist? Or do we need to do this maneuver to get you from stop spinning? It's not only about selling hearing aids.
Is there anything in particular that causes vertigo? Is there just, it could be a whole range of things.
It could be a whole range of things. That's probably a question that I don't know the accurate answer.
Taking you down the wrong road
that's
there.
Not my specialty. I'll be more of the hearing aid and the techie guy. But the my sister Casey and our audiologist Cindy, they're going to know more on the medical side of that. And that's why you bring them in to do that.
That's why you
stuff.
have people.
That's why you have those people. So yes, we've been blessed that my granddad, started the business, and then my dad and my uncle have worked together for the last almost 40 years.
Right.
And then I've been with them now 14 years. And just to be able to keep it in the family, it's a little different when your name's on the sign.
Yeah.
It just is. Going to work with your name on the sign.
Yeah, but now your name's on the checkbook too, so that's going to be a fun.
That's
adventure.
different too.
You made it through your first tax season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. The accountant finally gave me everything the day before. No, it was fine.
I didn't sign up for this. I understand. I've done it for 50 years, so yeah. Got questions? Give me a call.
It's a blessing. I tell people, your job is to build relationships. Sales will happen. People don't care. I know we've talked a lot of the technology, the Auracast, the AI. That's cool. But when someone comes in to talk to me about hearing aids, they're not going to remember that when they leave. I want them to know that I cared and that I wanted to help them.
Yep.
If they felt like you cared, they'll probably come back.
I agree. When you first fitted me for mine, although everything was better, it was a life-changing experience, okay? And we were sitting in your office, and I could actually hear my wife talk. And the biggest thing was when I stepped outside, I could hear the birds. It's like, and then I got home and the refrigerator's running. You know, things that you forgot that made a noise.
Right.
Crickets will just send me into a frenzy looking for the cricket in the house now. So it truly is a life-changing thing, and you guys do it right. You've done it for a very, very long time. You've seen pretty much every scenario.
Yes, we have. And I was talking with a buddy this week that has been in the business. He's retired now, but we offer lifetime service. So when someone purchases a product from us, no matter what they spend, it could be entry level, it could be all the bells and whistles, the Denali of hearing aids, let's say, they're going to get the same service. We are not going to charge for office visits. That is included. So we're not just selling a hearing aid. We're selling a treatment plan or a service plan. The hearing aid comes with it. If you want just a hearing aid, go to Costco.
Yep.
Go to Sam. If you want someone to take care of it and clean it and service it and test it, that's what we're selling.
Awesome. That's very cool. All right. So if you can't hear certain things or anything, you check these guys out. I firsthand have experienced. Kyle sold me my first set of hearing aids. I suspect we're going to have another set here pretty quick. Give him a holler. That's it. Kyle, thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned.